Hello and welcome to Picture Astrology. In this quick video we will talk about one of the very important transit of this year, that is Jupiter moving into the debilitation sign of Capricorn on November 20, 2020. And there are many unique and significant aspects of this transit which will have a profound impact on our general lives as well as individual horoscopes according to their ascendant or the moon sign, which we will discuss in this video. And one of the important thing is that Saturn is already present in the sign of Capricorn currently. So Jupiter is going to join Saturn in its own sign, and this kind of Jupiter-Saturn conjunction or combination only happens once in 20 years. So let's dive into various effects of this transit of Jupiter. So one of the most important aspect of this transit of Jupiter in Capricorn is that Jupiter is going to really zoom past this entire sign of Capricorn at a very fast speed. It will be on an average more than 2 times the normal speed of Jupiter. So generally we say that Jupiter takes about 12 years to go around Sun, or basically transit the entire zodiac, all 12 signs, and therefore it spends about 12 months, little less than 12 months or 1 year in one particular sign. But due to the relative motion of Earth and Jupiter around Sun, this 1 year or 12-month period which Jupiter spent in a particular sign doesn't really happen in one shot. So we know that Earth takes only 365 days or 1 year to go around Sun, whereas Jupiter takes 12 long years. So when Earth completes one revolution around Sun, Jupiter would have moved only 30 degrees, meaning only this much. So in 1 year, every 6 months, almost every 6 months, Earth will go past Jupiter from here, and in the next 6 months Earth will move past Jupiter here. So whenever Earth is closer to Jupiter, Jupiter will be in the retrograde motion. So every few months Jupiter goes retrograde, and when Earth is on the opposite side of the Sun, the relative speed of Earth as well as Jupiter adds up together, and that makes Jupiter go really fast. You can get more details about this kind of motion or planetary motion in my videos about what is retrogression and how this motion is actually related to your breath. But essentially in this transit what will happen is, we generally say Jupiter spend 1 year in a sign, but in this case it will travel the entire sign in just about 4.5 months only. That means the average speed during this transit of Jupiter will be more than twice its normal speed, and that is expected to bring about many rapid changes. Also, if you see the last time Jupiter and Saturn were conjunct, that was around 20 years ago in year 2000-2001. And if you want to see last time when Jupiter Saturn were conjunct in the sign of Capricorn, then it was almost 60 years ago, around 1961, when Jupiter Saturn came together in Capricorn. Now Capricorn is considered to be the peak of physical activity, the Adi Bhautik sign. It is the peak of Earth Trikon, the earthy element sign, which starts with Taurus. And incidentally, during this transit, Rahu and Ketu will be in the Taurus and Scorpio axis. That is, Rahu will be in the sign of Taurus and Ketu will be in the sign of Scorpio. So the Earth Trikon will become very strong, and this is again another very unique transit, because if you want to see last time when Rahu Ketu were in Taurus with Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in Capricorn, then you will have to go more than a couple of thousand years back. So in more than one ways, this transit is not just going to be unique, but it will also have great impact on next year 2021, because a lot of these placements which are forming now will continue in the next year, and I will definitely make videos about year 2021, but in this video let's start talking about each of the 12 ascendant or moon sign and what the transit of Jupiter in Capricorn would mean for them. So let's begin with the ascendant or moon sign Aries. For Aries ascendant, Capricorn falls in the 10th house of the horoscope, and that is where Saturn is already present and Jupiter is going to join on November 20. And another unique aspect of Jupiter-Saturn combination is that it brings together the energies of 4 consecutive houses together. The sign of Sagittarius and Pisces are ruled by Jupiter, whereas the sign number 10 and 11 of Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn. So when these two planets comes together, 4 consecutive house energies becomes very predominant. That is another very unique aspect of Jupiter-Saturn combination. Now for the Aries ascendant folks, all these 4 houses falls in the visible side of the horoscope, and practically it means that these 4 houses are more related to your external life, your outside activities rather than your family. And 10th house especially is the house of your profession. In the Kalpurush Kundli, it is the time of midday, 12 o'clock in the day, when the sun is shining bright and everything is visible in the outer world. So the very first thing for Aries ascendant is that your work life is going to be very active and also very hectic. See, suddenly Jupiter is moving from the 9th house of luck to the 10th house of karma and work. There will definitely be new opportunities, new areas in which you can expand. You have a lot of 12th house, the expenditure also involved in it. That means you might need to invest in new opportunities, might need to travel for work related things, and those travel, as Jupiter slowly progresses in this sign, is going to slowly keep on increasing your workload. But as they say, no pains, no gains. And this pain which you will go through is definitely going to be a very gainful pain, especially when Jupiter moves into the 11th house on April 5th. You will see, if not earlier, the first hint of the gains from all the pain which you will have to go through. Now another important thing, since Jupiter is going to come in the 10th house, it will have a direct aspect on your 6th house, and it is going to increase your enemies or at least opposition in the office space or in your professional life. So be aware of this, and you actually don't need to worry much. You just need to keep your patience, because 10th house placement being good, meaning Jupiter placed here, the aspect of it can increase opposition, but it also allows you to have a good relation with your office boss. But one of the most important thing is you especially need to just keep working, do your job, even if you don't get any name or credit for it, especially during the time of January 15 to February 15, because that will be the time when Sun will also travel this 10th house, and that will not throughout the whole month, but during a period of 15-20 days will cause first combustion of Jupiter and then Saturn. So special care during this, I'm giving a little extended time period of 1 month, January 15 to February 15, especially no argument with the boss. You must have heard that rule of corporate world that boss is always right, rule number 1, and second, if any doubt, refer to the rule number 1. So keep patience, keep working hard. All the work you are putting in is going to give you fantastic result later in the year. Another very important thing to note is related to your kids. If you are having difficulty, or there are many couples who are trying for kids, then for Aries ascendant horoscope, this time period is especially going to be a little bit troublesome, but time after April 5 is going to be very good. If you have kids, then it will create some kind of worry or trouble in terms of their health or education. It's because the Jupiter is not only going to be debilitated in the 10th house, but it is also not going to be well placed from the 5th. So do take care in this area, but this will be only for this small period. Now this small period of November to April 5 will also give you some kind of constraint in terms of money and your own health, especially because Jupiter is getting debilitated and coming under the influence of Saturn, and with Jupiter's aspect on the 6th and the 2nd, it will create opportunities to generate wealth, but the result, as I said, will come little later. So during this time you might feel a little constraint about expenditure of money. You might need to spend money to carry out some of the important responsibilities you have towards your family, your extended family, and also towards elders of the family, because Jupiter and Saturn both are old planets. Jupiter is aspecting the house of your money in the 2nd, and Saturn will be aspecting the 12th house. So expenditure in healthcare towards your family, elders in the family, and if the Mars is afflicted in your chart, then towards yourself are also possible. But just this transit is again, or this difficult time is only for a small period. Otherwise, all in all, a harbinger of very good times for year 2021, or at least the later part of the 2021, is this transit of Jupiter. And one thing which I forgot, that due to excessive involvement in the professional life, this transit of Jupiter also shows some kind of family strains because of lack of time given to the family, more especially the relationship with your spouse or loved ones, because Jupiter will be in a situation where it shows new connections and a lot of time spent for building business circles rather than time getting spent in family or fun and frolic activities. So just be mindful of that as well. For Taurus ascendant, Jupiter would be moving into the 9th house, and this will be a very good transit because Jupiter so far was traveling in the Sagittarius sign, which falls in the 8th house. So this is a movement from 8th to 9th house Jupiter, which is always considered to be auspicious, especially given the fact that for the last 2-3 years, Saturn and Jupiter, both these big planets, were transiting the 8th house of Taurus ascendant. So Jupiter is still in the 8th, it will be coming to the 9th house with this transit on November 20th, and Saturn until September 25 was retrograde in the Capricorn sign. So a Capricorn retrograde Saturn in the 9th house is also considered to be a bit challenging when it comes to the transits. So essentially for Taurus ascendant, now is the time when both of these slow moving planets will be in a very benefic position. And invariably, Saturn and Jupiter's transit starting from the 9th house, 10th house, 11th house is considered to be a harbinger of great times. It is a time when luck is said to be on your side, and you probably need it too, because past few years weren't as conducive as far as luck goes. So all the hard work, all the efforts which you have put in last 2.5-3 years would start slowly showing up results from now on. So generally speaking, it's starting of a great time period with Saturn and Jupiter both going to be helpful. However, Jupiter is going to be debilitated in this position right now, and invariably this placement causes expenditure of money in some kind of family maintenance, in some kind of fulfilling responsibilities towards your elders, towards your ancestors. It also gives travel, a lot of travel, especially related to religious or spiritual fulfillments. Now see, generally speaking, Taurus as an ascendant is not inherently inclined towards spiritual path. It is an ascendant which needs to fulfill its physical responsibilities before it can take on a religious path very seriously. But here Jupiter being a functional malefic, the lord of 8th as well as 11th house, debilitated and in complete control of Saturn, which is the lord of 9th house, is an opportunity for some kind of spiritual progress when it comes to Taurus ascendant. And the travel which I am talking about could be for both family and religious purposes as well as work purpose, because Jupiter will remain in sync with the 9th as well as 10th, the lord of work and the Karaka of work, which is Saturn. Another very important aspect of this transit is, please see the position of your moon. If you are looking at Taurus ascendant and not Taurus as the moon sign, so this is your ascendant, and if moon is in your 3rd house, and to a lesser extent for moon in the ascendant too, this time period would not only mean you carrying out your responsibilities towards family, but it could also be time for some kind of sudden and unexpected gains from some kind of ancestral property. So Taurus ascendant and moon in 3rd house typically show these chances much more. Another thing to take care in this period is that this could show some kind of health issues to your mother-in-law or your father. And since this transit is happening in your 9th house, some kind of social event, social gathering, social activity of happiness could definitely take place. Especially if Mercury is here in the 3rd house, then it could be related to marriage or similar ceremony of your siblings or cousins. Now another important thing, which is that Rahu right now is sitting right in the 1st house in the Taurus sign, and as Jupiter joins your 9th house, this could truly be a transformative time or the beginning of a transformative 2-3 years ahead. So this would be time to really step on the gas, push ahead in your work life, in your business, in your job, start something new, because 2 of the most significant transits are going to be in your favor. Now let's move on to Gemini. And for Gemini ascendant or moon sign, Capricorn falls into the 8th house. So Jupiter will be moving from 7th to 8th on November 20th, and in this sign Saturn is already present. So basically for next 4.5 months, Jupiter as well as Saturn are going to be in the 8th house. And when you have 2 big planets transiting in your 8th house, this is the time to actually remain patient and cautious. Avoid taking any kind of undue risk or adventurous decisions, and if possible, take important decisions only when Jupiter moves into the 11th house, which will happen on April 5th or 6th. Because 8th house transits are good time to basically go into a shell, hone your skills, learn something new, get yourself prepared for a more conducive and adventurous time when these planets soon going to move to the 9th house, especially the Jupiter. Remember, we discussed in the beginning of the video that Jupiter is going to move very quickly, and in only 4.5 months it will transit the entire Capricorn and move to Aquarius sign. And so this 4.5 months is the time to continue doing what you are doing, but with extreme patience and caution. There is this old saying which says there is a time for everything and a season for every fruit. So this small period of 4.5 months is the season of patience. You might need to perform some of the duties towards your home, father, or any elder relative in the household, especially since Rahu and Ketu are also transiting your 12th and 6th house. So say if Mercury is afflicted by Rahu and Ketu, then this duty could be towards your maternal uncle or aunt. But this is also a good time to carry out those karma, pay back those karmas, which will be helpful to you when the good time or good transits come in next few months. This transit, however, shows promise for the in-laws family, good gains in business, especially if their business is related to any of the traditional or ancestral business. So if your in-laws are involved in a business, especially which they have been doing for quite some time, an old business, then this transit definitely shows good monetary gains towards your in-laws family. As a possible remedy, chanting of any of the Shiva mantras or offering water to Shivalinga can really help you sail through this period. Let's talk about the Cancer ascendant or moon sign. For Cancer ascendant, Capricorn falls into the 7th house, and this is the place where Saturn is already present in your chart in transit. And now Jupiter will join Saturn on November 20. Basically, Jupiter will move from your 6th house to the 7th. And Jupiter in the 6th house, among other things, can give you some or the other health related issues. And Jupiter moving away from 6th house and going into 7th, and from here having a direct aspect on the 1st house, is a very good indication for getting rid of health related issues. And invariably, Jupiter aspecting ascendant is also closely related to weight gain, but that tendency is going to be somewhat curtailed this time because Saturn, the planet of contraction, is already around here. So overall, it is a good transit if you have an existing or any health issue which happened during the last 6 months. However, you need to have a word of caution, because as we discussed in the beginning, Saturn transit here is actually Atichari. Saturn is going to be very quickly moving across this sign, and soon Saturn will move into your 8th house, which will happen on April 5th or 6th. And therefore, if you become a little bit careless about this health issue, then it can do a rebound soon. Another important thing about this transit is that 7th house is house of your business partnerships, and Jupiter Saturn conjoined here is actually a very good time for business deals, business relations, especially with Jupiter aspecting your 11th house where Rahu is already present. So this transit can give you new connections from relatively unknown or sudden places, or the event could, you can suddenly meet people during your business dealings, and those things could be very helpful in expanding your business and also forging new alliances and spreading a good name for you. And the aspect of Jupiter on the 11th house is also a great indication for monetary gains due to this business dealings. But again, as we saw, that this transit of Saturn is very quick. Only 4.5 months it will transit whole sign and will soon go into the 8th house. So again, with the business dealing, don't go overboard. You will make some good connections, you will make some good business, but don't be extra adventurous, because another slight period of caution will come between April 5th to September 25, where Saturn will be in the 11th sign, which will be in your 8th house. So it can give some strange situation where you think that suddenly your professional or business venture was accelerating and going, everything was going great, and some breaks have been put in. But the good thing is that next year Jupiter after September 25 will come back to Capricorn sign and will give you again a good impetus. So use this time of 4.5 months to get that impetus, get that luck in going in your business, but just don't take too many risky calls at this time. In terms of marriage also, this is actually a good time to find a good partner. Now again, especially if this Jupiter has an aspect on your natal Venus, if you are a male chart. In a female chart, see if this Jupiter aspect your natal Jupiter. In your birth chart, if Jupiter is placed either in the 7th, 11th, 3rd or 1st. Similarly, Venus is placed in your 7th, 11th, 1st or 3rd. then it is actually very good time for marriage and relationships as well. So for the Leo ascendant, the Capricorn sign falls into the 6th house, and Jupiter will be transiting from the 5th house of Sagittarius into the 6th house now, where Saturn would already be present to welcome Jupiter. And this transit, especially for Leo people, is going to be rather intriguing and interesting. See, because first of all, Jupiter's transit, which is currently in your 5th house, is very beneficial transit. So Jupiter will be moving away from a benefic position is not such a good news, but going into your 6th house, and in this case Jupiter is not just Lord of 5th, which is the Sagittarius sign, but also Lord of Pisces, which is the 8th house. And Jupiter will join the Lord of 6th house, which is the Lord of Capricorn sign, Saturn itself, in the 6th house. So this transit can definitely spin up some kind of new opportunities, new friends, new social circle, new work environment for you. And obviously any new position, any new environment is going to be challenging in the beginning, but this change could prove to be very fruitful when Jupiter just in 4.5 months moves to the 11th house. So in this sense, this could be a mixed opportunity. This is definitely though going to be time where health issues needs to be taken care of. This combination here can easily give a feeling of wearing out and having a need to put in a lot of hard work to either adjust to new situations, new work environment, new boss, or the new opportunities which we talk about. Another important aspect to note is that there could be a little element of surprise when it comes to both the health related issue, meaning something which you thought has been cured could show up again, or you might face opposition and troubles in workplace from places which you had least expected. The combination of Jupiter Saturn in this 6th house can actually bring about those kind of strange occurrences, especially because Jupiter is also ruling the 8th house of unknown and sudden events in life. So this 4.5 months you have to be little cautious in that regard. But as I said earlier, the next transit which will happen very soon in just 4.5 months should bring relief and end to those kind of surprises if any of them occur during this time. Another intriguing thing about marriage and relationship is that this transit, if you are married, then could very well prove to be a good one. It will bring about much required easing up of relationship between you and your partner, especially because Saturn alone in the 6th is not quite good as compared to Jupiter joining it in the 6th. However, if you are in a relationship and want to convert it into marriage, then this transit will again give some surprise hurdles. Something sudden could come up as a stoppage which can delay in formalizing your relationship a little longer. That is towards the middle of next year. So actually in more than one ways for Leo Moon and Leo Ascendant sign, this transit would be very interesting, but at the same time quite a few good news as well. Now let's move on to Virgo Ascendant, which many astrologers, including some of my teachers, consider to be one of the most simple ascendants for a variety of reasons, especially for women. So in this ascendant, Saturn is already present in Capricorn, which is the 5th house, and Saturn on 25th September has started the direct motion. Until then it was in the retrograde motion, but Saturn's retrogression here in the 5th house is not as challenging for Capricorn, or rather Virgo Ascendant, as it is for some other people. And now Jupiter is going to join him, transiting from 4th into the 5th. So this is actually quite a good combination. Fifth house, and actually coming together of two big planets in fifth house is supposed to give you many good new opportunities. In fact, what will happen is your acumen, your perception will increase, and you will be able to spot new opportunities, new business ventures much more easily during this time period. And while Jupiter is transiting in the fifth house, Rahu is present in your second house and ninth house, which is the house of Bhagya or luck, and Jupiter will start having a direct aspect on this. And the simultaneous aspect of Jupiter on the 11th house of many new relationships and friends, and also first house, will start giving a very good cumulative effects. See, Rahu's transit in the 9th house with Jupiter aspecting starts giving many good results. Rahu alone in 9th in transit may not be great, or let's say may not be that great when Jupiter start aspecting it. And since Jupiter's grace is going to fall on 11th, and more importantly the ascendant itself, let's say if your Mercury, which is Lord of first house, is placed in any of these houses, either 1st, 5th, 9th or 11th, then invariably this will be the beginning of a time which could give you long-term transformative opportunities in life. See, one of the key things in transit interpretation, when we interpret any transit of planet, is how this transit plays in your natal chart. We can interpret in which house it is going, but the example which I gave of Mercury, see, if Mercury is well placed from this transit position, then the effects compound and they are felt with much more rigor. So as I said, see, Jupiter and Saturn both are planets of wisdom, old wisdom. They are old planets, and when they start acting in the fifth house of your Vidya or things which comes to you intuitively, naturally, there will be an increase in your perception, and that will translate into a stronger inclination towards art forms. Now, Jupiter Saturn together are invariably related to arts which are anything to do with soil or stones. Especially 10th sign Capricorn also is a earthy sign, and in general Jupiter Saturn together are supposed to give rise to things like sculpting or sand arts, etc. So if in your original chart there is any combination of these two, or if you are in that kind of art field, then definitely this is going to give you some very fantastic opportunities. This is also a very good time to learn something new. Getting involved in some kind of spiritual process, especially mantra related remedies, can really work very well for you. Investing and finding returns of your past investment, it is also very good time because Jupiter will start aspecting 11th, 9th and 1st together. So monetary gains, recouping of old investments, etc. are also indicated. At the same time, if you have family, this could bring good luck in terms of your kids' studies also. Only couple of things to take care about is, one is health. Your own health can be impacted if Mercury is not Mercury is adversely placed from 5th house. Assume say Mercury is, let's say, in the 10th house, then Jupiter Saturn both will become 8th from this place, and hence though it will give you good opportunities, new areas of progress, but health could be an issue both for you as well as for your partner or spouse. Although it is also good time in terms of business and forging new relationships. So overall, a great time for Virgo ascendant, and this good time will compound if natal planets are also placed in favorable position from 5th house. Now let's start about Libra ascendant or moon sign chart. So for Libra, Sagittarius falls in the 3rd house and Jupiter will be moving from 3rd to the 4th house in the sign of Capricorn, where Saturn is already present. Now Saturn transiting in the 4th house of yours can create some impediments, especially in the sign of Capricorn. It can actually create physical impediments, in the sense it can create a lot of clutter in your house too, or the area of your work, or area of the house where you stay. Meaning, if you have a large family, then whatever area you occupy most can become very cluttered. And anyways, Saturn's transit in the 4th house has its own challenges too. So in that context, Jupiter moving to the 4th is going to bring relief from this issues which are being caused by Saturn. It will definitely ease out things a little bit. But in this, I would like to point out that the time between January 15 to February 15, almost a month, it will be less than that, but I'm just calling it this entire period because during this time Sun would be transiting the sign of Capricorn as well. So at various stages, Jupiter and Saturn both become combust. So especially during that time, you need to be more careful about how you use your vehicles, how you drive. Try to keep a lot of patience during this time, especially in your home, among family members, because this could be a time when the Jupiter's relief, which you are going to get with this transit, could diminish a little bit, because Sun's energies are going to overpower these planets during this time period of January to February. And it will be this time which will be a little bit unpredictable as well. But just talking about Jupiter coming into the 4th is actually good news for both your family happiness as well as the work life. Because so far Jupiter was present in your 3rd house, which is an adverse angle from the house of work, which is the 10th. From 10th house, this Jupiter was placed in the 6th house, which can give you situations in work life where you are either looking for change or have a feeling of just doing work without getting much of the rewards, just like a seva or service. So Jupiter transiting into the 4th house, having an aspect on the 10th house of work, and also being alongside Saturn, which is the Karaka of your work life, is really good news for whatever issues and tensions were brewing up in the work life until now. Now remember, this transit is not going to lower your work burden, okay? It's Jupiter and Saturn both aspecting the 10th. It may give you new responsibilities, it may give you a new position, new place, change of job, but hard work will still remain there. You will have to work hard, but the good thing is you will start getting the rewards for that, rewards for your hard work, and those rewards will be much more pronounced when Jupiter moves into the next house, which is the 5th house of Aquarius. So this transit is actually beginning of easing up of your work life, new opportunities, expansion and recognition in that area, and those things which you do now will further give you great results in 5 months time when Jupiter moves further. Now, one of the areas which this transit of Jupiter requires you to pay more attention would be the area of your kids, children if you have, or if you are single, your love life. Because 2 big planets will be placed 12th from the 5th house. So this is the time which kind of signifies that you will not be able to give attention towards both these areas of life, and depending upon the position of your natal Jupiter and Venus, you can feel the impact at various degrees. But other than this, this is a very good transit. Now moving on to the Scorpio ascendant. So far Jupiter was transiting in your 2nd house with Sagittarius sign, and now it will be moving to the 3rd house of Capricorn, where Saturn is already present. So as Jupiter comes into the 3rd house, it will start having an aspect on your 9th house, on your 7th house, as well as the 11th house. And this is one of the reasons why Jupiter's transit in the 3rd house produces some very good results, because the aspect of Jupiter are all on very important houses. And the first thing is, most of these houses, 3rd house, 7th as well as 9th, are related to travel. And also 3rd house is 12th from 4th house, which is house of your home. So what this transit shows, it will give you lots of opportunities or requirement to stay away from home. Now because Saturn is also here right now, all those travels may not be just for fun or very comfortable. Because of Saturn's position here, there could be some or the other trouble in the journeys, so be careful about that. However, the journeys themselves in terms of their result will be very fruitful, so you will be able to accomplish the goals of the travel, and also it will be fruitful in terms of new opportunities, new friend, and possibly new business alliances as well, because all the related houses of 7, 9, 11 are getting activated. This transit is also very good for your spouse who already have Rahu in the 7th house right now. So this transit can either, if your spouse is working, bring some very good opportunities for her, or you can get some very lucrative partnership deals or chances or opportunities because of connection of your wife, like wife's family, etc. Now one thing important to note, and especially if moon is placed adversely to your 3rd house, or rather moon is placed adversely to this transit Jupiter, is that the health of mother could be a concern, and also health of father. Basically you might need to take care of the elders in the family. Now another thing, that Scorpio is an ascendant, though Mars, the fiery planet, rules his ascendant. Scorpio native are not as quick to jump into action as the other sign of Mars, that is Aries. Scorpio native have a lot of stamina, yet they are deliberate in nature. They are slow to begin with, and the tendency of initial inertia, taking some time before you jump into action, is compounded by Saturn's transit in the 3rd house. And Jupiter coming here will help in that. It will give you clarity of thought. 3rd house is also the house where your thought process begins. So if there were things which you were not sure about, choices which you were kind of postponing, especially in last 6 months, then you will get the necessary information, input and clarity of mind to go ahead and take that decision. And it is more likely to be right decision also, because of the great aspects of Jupiter which we talked about, aspecting 9th and 11th of gains. This could also mean some investment decisions. If you are trying to invest in a long-term way in some kind of immovable property or other avenues of investment, then transiting Jupiter will be very good for making the right decision. One more health related thing is, take care of your throat. This transit invariably shows throat troubles, especially if your moon is weak in the chart, and taking a little bit, very just a little pinch of turmeric with salt and lukewarm water can prove to be very helpful if you have throat trouble during this time. Now let's talk about the sign of Sagittarius. And Jupiter is actually the lord of your sign itself, so any transit of Jupiter would be more important for you. Now in your case, Jupiter was transiting the very 1st house, which is one of the most desirable transits. And now Jupiter would be moving from 1st to the 2nd house. So the transit of Jupiter to the 2nd house, where Saturn is already present, is generally speaking not bad at all. But Jupiter, if you could have your way, it would be best if it remains in your 1st house. So it's like a trade-off between a very good and a good position. But very first thing to take care with this transit is your food habits. Jupiter coming into the 2nd house in the Capricorn sign, having an aspect on the 6th house alongside Saturn, can really show trouble due to food habits, indigestion, gastric trouble, putting on weight, increase in fat and so on. And especially given the time we are kind of getting into, it's the holiday season, the festive season. You will get many great opportunities to eat a lot of food, sweets, probably junk stuff. So be extra careful about that. Another thing to take care about is how you speak, or what things you choose to speak to which people. Because suddenly Jupiter under the influence of Saturn aspecting 6th house of enemies or hidden enemies at some times, and at the same time affecting your 10th house by the aspect, can create some differences with people due to your overtly truthful speech. See, speaking truth is good, but if the truth hurts, then it's better to avoid it. Otherwise, this is a good transit in terms of money. You will get opportunities of professional success, or change in profession, or new opportunities. You might think of taking in new debts also, but because Saturn is here, take suggestions from experts before doing that, though it's not a worrisome situation. But Jupiter being under the influence of Saturn, which is also the lord of 2nd house, it's always good to just take suggestions from your family members, especially elders in the family, as Jupiter and Saturn both represents them. And one very strange thing due to this transit you will find, which will probably last across the duration of this transit, is suddenly you will start listening more and more to your family members, your elders, your parents, or anybody else in the family. Their opinion, their thoughts will suddenly start to matter you much more during this time period. Another thing which you need to take care would be that you can get a feeling of kind of getting wearing out or worn out, especially when Jupiter and Saturn comes really close, and also during the time when they become combust. But as we have discussed in the beginning of the video, that Jupiter is actually going to be pretty fast in transit here. So all the times, whether Jupiter Saturn being in exact conjunction or Jupiter being combust by Sun, those times will last a much lesser time than they would have normally done. So that's a good news in the sense, but still it's better to be informed and proper precaution taken care of. Now let's quickly talk about the Capricorn signs. For Capricorn, Jupiter so far was transiting in the Sagittarius sign, which falls in the 12th house. And now Jupiter will move to the 1st house, joining Saturn, which is already present in the Capricorn, and therefore it will be either on the 1st house itself or over the moon. And as we discussed in the beginning of the video, Jupiter takes 12 years to complete one round of your entire zodiac. Therefore, it is like a 12-year cycle of Jupiter. And this will be the beginning of that 12-year cycle for you. Similarly, the other planet, which is the slowest moving planet, that is Saturn. Saturn was also retrograde in the 1st house until September 25. So very recently Saturn has also started the direct motion in your 1st house, which is almost as good as starting this new cycle. So basically from September 25 and now from November 20, 12-year new cycle of Jupiter and 27-year cycle of Saturn is almost beginning for you simultaneously. And therefore at least this transit of Jupiter is expected to relieve you of many of the problems, because Jupiter and Saturn both transiting 12th, or Jupiter in your case being retrograde in 1st, was definitely not helpful. Past some time would have been time of a lot of stagnation, maybe some confusion, long-term planning and so on. And with the transit of Jupiter into the 1st house with Saturn already there, you can expect a lot of new opportunities in different fields of your life. This includes, because Jupiter has a direct aspect and along with Saturn also has an aspect on 7th house, relationships, marriage, new partnerships, meaning any kind of new business alliances, new business opportunity, all that can materialize. And in your own chart, in your natal chart, say if Venus, which is the primary karaka of marriage, if that planet comes under the influence of these two transiting Jupiter and Saturn, then definitely relationship and marriage, good relationship, long-term marriage or long-term relationship can materialize. Because the thing is that both of these cycles of Jupiter and Saturn, they are the slowest cycles. And what these two planets gives you actually stays with you for long time. So lifelong relationships, lifelong opportunities are the trademark of Jupiter and Saturn. And along with these new opportunities, some changes like travel, possibly change of your residence, etc. Those are also on the card depending upon which other planets come under the influence of these two in your natal chart. But overall, a much better time period for Capricorn ascendant or Capricorn moon sign folks, because just by the virtue, once the struggles, once the frustrating time of both these planets being in the 12th house, Jupiter, Saturn, both in your 12th house, would have given you sort of many frustrating moments in life. Things don't materialize easily when these two big planets simultaneously affect your 12th house, and I'm talking about in transit, that is. But now, since both of them have moved to the first house, this is the time to put in action the long-term plans and basically set in motion these two big cycles with many new opportunities. Now let's turn our attention to Aquarius. For the Aquarius rising sign, Jupiter so far has been transiting in your 11th house, that is in the Sagittarius sign. And now on November 20th, Jupiter will move to 12th house where Saturn is already present. So two big planets will be available now in your 12th house. And 12th house is the last house of the astrological chart. So basically Jupiter as well as Saturn are in the last leg of their cycle. These two are the longest cycles as per Vedic astrology. So Jupiter's 12-year cycle and Saturn's 27-year cycle is coming to a close. And when there is preponderance of planet in the 12th house during any transit, then that is the time to show a lot of patience. That is the time to think and think long term. It is not the time for action and doing, quick or making quick spur of the moment decisions. No, this is the time to think and brood over before taking any concrete action. This is the time for long-term investment. It is, not the time for quick daily trading. Because when these two planets or the big planets affect your 12th house, if the decisions are not thought through, they can easily lead to various kind of expenditures. Because 12th house is the natural house of Vyaya or losses. Now those losses or expenditure is not just monetary losses, okay? Money is obviously one part of it, but basically your life energies, your efforts can go waste, your time can go waste. It is the house of all kind of expenditure. Now expenditure is also a way of gaining pleasure. Unless you spend things, you will not get pleasure. So in some horoscopes where two of the planets, Saturn and Venus, are very strongly placed, then this transit will also give you chances and opportunities of pleasure. But still, long-term planning, long-term patience and not quick action is the real motto of these two planets in 12th house. And as we discussed in the beginning, Jupiter is going to zoom past this place in only 4.5 months. So, this time of patience is not going to last too long. Jupiter will soon in April time frame, in April 5th or 6th, will move to your first house. And that will be a very good position. So if you can restrain your urges during this time and show some patience, this will definitely pay good dividends in near future. Another important thing, 12th house is also related to all things foreign. So if you have business or connections which are far from the place of birth or far from the place of your workplace, if you have some foreign related business, then new opportunities can spin up during this transition. But again, for those opportunities to start showing results in this time, you need to have a very strong ascendant Lord Saturn and also good placement of your 9th house Venus. Otherwise, even if you get those opportunities, for them to truly materialize, the discussions can start at this point, but they will truly materialize when Jupiter transits into the first house, as those will be the time when new long-term, newer Jupiter cycle will begin and those opportunities will prove to be fruitful. Another important thing during this transit especially is beware of all kind of rules and regulations. If you are a businessman, pay your taxes, don't jump the red light, because Jupiter, Saturn both in 12th, luck will not be on your side if you break even the slightest of the law. And that is more so true when the transiting planets are in the 12th. So at least for this 4.5 month period, make sure you just follow laws and rules to the T. And then obviously be ready for the next cycle of Jupiter to begin soon. Now let's move on towards Pisces. So for Pisces ascendant or moon sign, Capricorn falls in the 11th house of gains. And Jupiter, which has been transiting the Sagittarius, which is the 10th house, will be now moving to the 11th house and join Saturn, which is already placed here. Now two of the slowest moving planet coming together in the 11th house of gains during transit is considered to be a very, very lucky transit which the Pisces folks are going to go through. Jupiter, which currently is in the 10th house, shows a lot of responsibility. It is a good place, but it also makes you workhorse. And now Jupiter coming and joining the 11th Lord in 11th would mean that all that hard work which has been put in the previous years will start showing results. And there could be all-round gains in many different areas of life. And since Jupiter from here is in a very benefic position and aspect towards the 7th house, which is the house of relationships and marriage, including the business relationships. Therefore, new alliances both in personal as well as business or professional arena can be formed and will also be very, very fruitful, especially if Jupiter is aspecting your natal Venus. In the male chart, and in female chart, if Jupiter is aspecting the natal Jupiter, then these chances and opportunities will not only come but also materialize into something tangible over next few months. This transit is also good for kids, for having kids, and also in their overall progress. However, one area which might need some good attention would be your health. Jupiter will be under the complete influence of Saturn, and Jupiter being the lord of the first house, Pisces lord is Jupiter. So though this will be good time, there will be a lot of action, a lot of positive events going on, yet you can have feeling of kind of a weary feeling, a worn out kind of feeling can set in. And not just that, it can adversely affect your health, especially so in the January 15 to February 15 time frame, because what will happen is Sun will also transit through this Capricorn during that time. So Sun's transit here again from business and other opportunities point of view could be helpful. However, from the health perspective, because Jupiter again being lord of 6th can create some problems. So especially between this 1 month, you should take special care about your health and also about the health of your mother. Your mom's health could also be cause of concern, but that would only happen if moon, the natal moon in your Rashi chart is not favorably placed from the 11th house. Then the health of mother has more chances of being a concern area. But apart from these 4.5 month period of Jupiter transiting the 11th house of Capricorn for you is a great blessing time. Make very good use of it, because soon, that is by the end of the next year 2021, you are going to complete the cycle of Jupiter and start a new one. So make the best of the blessings of Jupiter which is being bestowed upon you. So thank you friends, this was my really quick analysis of this transit of Jupiter in Capricorn which is happening on November 2020. Please add your comments and queries in the comment section and check out my sites for more details. Thank you so much and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.